Hello, viewers. Good morning. And I have one of our very good clients. He's a very he's an old client, actually, very very old client. His name is Samuel. Samuel, good to see you.
Good to see you,
Hello, can
Toma.
you
It's
hear
been a
me?
while. Yes, ma, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. That it's been years now. You know,
Yes, ma. About 4 years.
4 years. I
Yes,
think
ma.
yeah, it's about 4 years now or more. Can you
Yes,
still
ma.
remember when did we consult for you? When did we consult for you? Which year was that?
I think it was 2020. It
Okay.
was summer.
Is it that 2020? Yeah. Is it that 2020 or 2019? I think.
I
By
think it
the way,
was this summer.
yeah. By the way, he's one of our very, very old clients. Yes. I think 4 years, 5 years thereabout. And the time he came, can you remember how old you were when you came, through us?
I was 18, I believe.
You were 18. And
Yes, ma.
now Sam is now a very big boy. At least you guys can see. He's a man now, very big, he's very big now. So good to see you. And by now you should be done with your studies, yeah? Guess
Yes,
so?
ma. I'm done with my studies now.
All right. So I'm very happy to have you on this live. So like I said, you people are meeting Sam. His name is Sam. And okay, one thing I would like to also say on this live, in as much as I don't want to blow my clients' trumpets, as in, to hype them too much. But then I can tell you that all of the people I'm bringing on this live, they are all millionaires. If some of them might be, turning towards billionaires, as you can see. For them to go for this program alone, not to talk of somebody that is doing years. You can imagine only 1 year alone is millions. Is a million. So all of my clients I'm bringing on this live, they are all big people, like millionaires. Thank God they are not in Nigeria.
Yes.
They are they are in the UK, Canada, US, and outside Nigeria. So so where there is enough you know security and all of that. But then I'm definitely telling people to know that these people that I'm bringing in on this live are not small people. You guys are big people. When it comes to that level. So now going forward to the discussion of the day, which country are you currently?
I'm currently in the United Kingdom. I'm in
United
England.
Kingdom,
Yes, ma.
England.
Yes, ma.
Okay, are you in Preston? Is it Preston they call it, or Preston? So, or you are
Preston.
in England now?
I'm Preston right now. I'm in Preston currently.
Okay.
But so it's like a very small city in the north of England. It's close to like Manchester. Most of the time I'm in Manchester because my friends are in Manchester. But it's about like 30 minutes by train. So it's not too far. But currently
All
right now I'm
right.
in Preston.
All right. So, how is the weather currently in the UK? Are you guys still in summer, or you're
Yeah,
entering?
somehow. Yeah, somehow. But it's like the UK weather is very unpredictable. So like it
Yeah.
can be sunny now and then 5 minutes later it's raining. But yeah, we're still in summer.
Yeah.
But right now I think is a little bit during the day is okay. You can like wear like t-shirts to like go out, but towards like evening time it gets a little bit more cold. But not like winter cold, just a little bit more chilly. So like maybe like sweater kind of vibe.
Okay. All right. So, from your name alone, people might start guessing which country you're from. And definitely a lot of people already know that people that I'm bringing on this live are mostly from Nigeria. So let me still ask you, which country are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
All right. So what part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Ogun State, but to be fair, I've lived in Abuja throughout my whole life. So, but I'm from Ogun State. I've never been, but I'm from Ogun State.
Okay, from Auguste. But then you guys stay in Abuja. I think so.
Yeah, we stay in Abuja. I've been in Abuja my whole life.
Okay, because I know that before you traveled, you've been to my office.
Yeah,
That was how many years ago?
Abuja,
Yeah,
4 years
you've
ago.
been to my office with your dad and mom.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so so what are you currently doing in the UK, Sam?
Currently, I finished my um undergrad last year. So
Okay.
currently, I was trying to apply for like full-time roles, like for work. But currently, I just undertake like online courses like coding, HTML, and just supply chain classes, online classes as well to like just boost myself because I plan to do my masters next year.
By the way, Samuel is an engineer. He's an aerospace engineer. So that was what we applied for him. So we hope that one day we'll see him. I think you build plane, yeah. So we hope to see, one of his masterpiece, one day, maybe flying. Maybe we'll be flying his plane one day. So we are looking forward to that, Yeah, so he's a big boy. Okay, so now, yeah. So you recently finished your studies, you said. So and you're doing a lot of things currently. So what one good thing? Because you've stayed years in the UK, so UK is more like home for you now. So what is that one good thing you love about the United Kingdom?
There are quite a few things to like about the United Kingdom, but I feel like one thing that gets to me is football because I'm a very big football fan. I support Arsenal. So, I mean, England is the capital of football in the world. Literally, we have the biggest league, the Premier League, and it's just very, very exciting. I've been to a few matches. I've been to a few football matches. I've also been to a few, like not all of them Arsenal, but I've been to a few Arsenal matches as well. So like just from the way people just support like their teams, you just see people tripping out, just see everybody like support their team is exciting, it's competitive. Is you can definitely get heated sometimes, but we move and like so it's very very nice. I've also done like a part-time like role at Anfield before, that's Liverpool Football Club, and like just seeing the way like the fans and the players just like mix together, just they're just very connected. It goes a long way. So I feel like my best thing about England is definitely football. But that just personally aligns with me just because football is something I take like very big interest in. So
Okay, so what I love about the United Kingdom is football. So apart from being an aerospace engineer, so he's also a very good football. He's a very good sportsman, football lover. So yeah, so that's good. That's a good one. So now let's talk about Nigeria. That's your home country now. So what is that one good thing you will say you love about Nigeria?
so in terms of Nigeria, I feel
Yeah.
like one good thing that I can definitely say about Nigeria is the entertainment industry, particularly
Okay.
the music industry. Just how like particularly Afrobeats, just how like is setting trends all over the world, is growing like globally. Like sometimes I can just enter a store here and I hear
Yeah.
them playing Whiskey and I'm like, oh wow, so like everybody listens to these people, or like
Yeah.
Rema, you hear like white people singing along to Rema, and I'm just like, oh this is so nice. Like the whole world is getting to like know at least about like the Nigerian culture and
Yeah.
heritage through like music, and I believe it's just resonating and like influencing the world. So that's one, like we're just topping the charts. So that's one good thing I can think of about Nigeria.
Okay, so you're giving a shout out to Rema and Burna Boy. You've called Rema and Burna Boy. So you know this beef that is going on around this Nigeria now. I better call other people so that no, you've called them. No, you've called Rema and Whiskey. So
Davido as well.
the other call other people so that we are even. you know.
For the other people, there's uh the band Two Face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Davido and the other people. So shout out to them, yeah. So okay, so that's good. Because we love to break even here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So now we are nobody. We don't support just one person. All of them are all Nigerians, and we love all of them the same. So that is it. Now let's look at, we started with K Global Consulting the other time, but let's come back again to K Global Consulting. You talked about when you came to consult. Then when he came, he said he was 18 years old. So he was very, very young at the time he came to use our service. Thanks to his parent, because it was a parent that made that decision for him. Now, what service did you access from K Global Consulting?
Well,
Can you still remember? You should be. You should,
I
you
can
should
remember
remember.
Care Global Consulting got me into my school. I went to University of Central Lancashire to study aerospace engineering from undergraduate, and it was Care Global Consulting that got me into my school. They did the whole process for me. Everything was smooth, literally from the beginning to the end. Like everything was done from me, from applying for my schools, for getting my offers, from when I chose my offers, how to pay my deposit, how to apply for my visas, for my visa. The whole process of my visa as well was done for me. The whole thing was just done. I didn't really have to worry like a lot about anything. And as well, like the one service that really, really attracted me to Care Global Consulting was because so for at least with like other agents that I spoke to, they would tell me that, oh, before we can do anything for you, you have to pay so amount, which that was not the case with Care Global, and I really got like the best service possible. So
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. The time he came, definitely, we've established that it was a long time ago. So at that time, we had not started charging. It was a free application until late last year when we started charging, because, like we said, a lot of people come and they stick to several agencies, and then because we don't charge them, what they now do is that they will stick to where they are being charged. But then even the charges, what we are charging them is still refundable after they resume school, meaning it's still free. In the end, it's free. So if you resume free, so that is just to checkmate, the moving, is it cross carpeting now, from one firm to the other. You understand? So that's just to checkmate it. So irrespective, after they resume school, still refund that their commitment fee, which is very, very small. It's actually a very small fee, that anybody can pay. So now, that being said, he has talked about us. Sam, I can still remember that during the time that we processed we did your placement for you, and then we did your visa application for you as well. So we didn't charge for that, but then we did also visa application for your mom and then your younger sister then, which we did not charge because them they were just assessing this visa service as at that time. That much. It's still much. Correct. It's almost that. It's not much. It's not. It's a little bit above that, but then it's almost still the same. Let's go to other question. Now, you've talked about Care Global Consulting. What service you assessed?
Yes.
And then you said you love one thing about us. So I will still ask you that question. That what will you say you like about our service? Since you have mentioned one, maybe you should mention two. So what do you really like about our service? The ones you can remember.
It's not that I mentioned one. I put together like multiple in one, but like I said,
Can you hear me?
the fact that it was. Yes, man, I can hear you. I said, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I can.
Sorry, it's cracking. So I'm not too sure if or it sounds robotic.
Go ahead, please.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Hello, ma.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you're
I hope this is
hearing
not my
me.
network.
Um, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Please go ahead. What
Okay.
you like about our service?
So just
I
the
can hear
fact
you.
was the fact that it was very, very easy. There was no, there wasn't a lot of like stress. It was easy going. It was stress free. Like I said, I didn't really have to like do a lot of things. Like everything was literally done for me. So like um that was my best attribute or service that like was achieved. And my second one was speaking about the fact that there were no fees or as of that point, and now you've rectified the now there's a very little fee. Hello, man.
Yeah. Fine.
Hello. I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
Although even now he's free anyway, it's just that the fee, even now he's free. Okay, so Sam.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, man. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
All right. Sorry about that. That was you know network fluctuation. That was network issue. So so now that you have talked about what you love about our service. All right. So now that you've talked about what you love about our service, will you recommend us? Will you recommend us to other people? Will you recommend us to other people?
Yes, definitely. 100%. I would definitely
Will you recommend
recommend you.
our service to other people?
Yes, definitely. I would definitely recommend your services to other people. Sorry. Hello?
Sorry about that, Sam.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry about that.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, yeah, network cannot be predictable here. So
Yes,
unlike you still stayed on and then there was no fluctuation from your side. But then you
ma'am.
can see that there's constant fluctuation from this side.
Mm.
So, and then these are some of the things that we are hoping that we get better, soon. Because even students here, like I always say on this live, that even students back in Nigeria, they need internet to be able to study well. They need light, to be able to study well, you know. And without all of these things, you will still have people traveling out every now and then to study abroad. So
Yeah.
until all of these things are made, I know the provision of all of these things are made for, until these things are provided, and so many other things, that has to be social amenities. It has to be
Yeah.
there for things to thrive. Not only students alone, but then for so many things, economically to thrive. These things
Yeah.
has to be provided, man. So we hope that we're getting there, where we could stay on live from Nigeria and then we don't go off like you are, dear. Dear. So now, Sam, so I was asking you that will you recommend us to other people to use our service?
Yeah.
And yeah, please
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that yes, I would definitely 100% recommend you to um any other people like for your services based off of my experience and everything that I gained from your establishment. And I have already even started like referring people, anybody that I meet that like wants to come across like to study in the UK as well. I recommend them to you because there was my friend Habib. I don't know if you remember him specifically, but because I was in Affair initially before I came to the UK, and then I switched over to the UK. So he was in Affair as well, and then he asked me, oh, like he wanted to do that, and then I recommended him. I referred him to you and told him, oh, like caregiver consulting is the one that did it for me. If you speak to them, I'm sure they can definitely help out. And you did definitely help out. Now he's in, I think, Robert Gordon University in Scotland. So
Okay, so that's good. That's a good one. So still do well to recommend other people. I was going to ask you to use this platform to talk to our viewers, people that are watching us live now, and then people that will rewatch this live to use our service.
okay, please, the viewers of this live, I would 100% recommend you to use caregiver consulting for anything you need in regards to schools, moving abroad. They're definitely the ones for you. They will always be there with you every step of the way. They will always make sure that you get the best possible services. And yeah, in the end, they always make sure that it works out. So, and this one I can vouch for you because I have experienced it firsthand. Term, I can't. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. I can see you like talking, but I'm not hearing you. No, I can't hear you. Not yet, but I have an idea of what you are saying because I know that you are talking, but I can't hear you. I'm not hearing you. I still can't hear you.
All right. Is it better now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. So it was network. It's still network that is playing tricks on us. So now, I was asking, I said, I know that you were done with your studies like we started, like you told us earlier.
Yeah.
So is there anything I must tell you guys that Samuel is how will I put it? In Nigeria, they will say Ajebo. He's from he doesn't get Like you can see him. So he doesn't need to work. He doesn't need to do anything, for him to get catered for. So, but then I also ask you anyway, because if you're doing it only shows that you're coming of age, you're becoming independent, and all of that, from your parents. So now, are you rendering any service there apart from you working, you doing so many things? So, is there anything you're rendering, any service you're rendering currently, or are you building a plane? That we, I know that some of these things might be something that you are putting in the pipeline. You might not even want to make it public. There are some things that mustn't be public anyway. But then anything that you think you can share with the public, is there any service that you are rendering that you want people to patronize you for, that you want to share on this live?
No, not currently. But
Okay.
if there were anything in the future, I'd let you know.
Okay, all right. That's fair enough. Fair enough. So now, before we are kind of winding up now anyway. So
Mm.
there is one thing that we like to ask you. Like we've already established, I think Sam should be about 23, 24 now. So he's still pretty much young. So, but
One.
then we know that there are even some, you know, early conscious people that even at 18, 19, they become married. So now, I definitely, he's single, he's very much single. So, but then on what orientation do you have, like concerning marriage and stuff like that? Is it the man taking care of the woman 100%, or the woman should be taking care of the man, or it should be 50-50, as in terms of responsibility? It's funny, right?
Yes.
So, what do you
Uh,
have to say about that? What's your view about responsibility when it comes to, you know,
um,
if it's something you don't want to answer, you can say pass. But then if you want to answer it, you can go ahead.
uh, I won't say I have like not necessarily I can't answer, but I won't say I have like much to say on it as well. Just
Mm,
because, as you have said, I'm still very young. I'm 21,
mm.
and that is not something that is in my sights yet. But,
Yeah.
but based off of like, I'll say maybe like my experience with my parents and
Mm,
just generally out now, I believe that like there should be like a mutual respect and love for each other, like in a relationship. Like there shouldn't the the idea that one particular person has to do one certain thing. I feel like that's very outdated now. So I feel like it is
mm,
50, but I won't say at the same time I won't say it's a strict 50-50. I say there should be a balance like in um whatever is being done. So for like example, if I don't feel like it depends on the gender for whoever like should do certain things, like certain roles can definitely
mm.
be shared like amongst the household. So for
Yeah.
example,
What
whoever
of responsibility? Sam, what of responsibility in terms of spending? Like, okay, should it be the woman spending on the man, or you know, if
I
your
mean I
wife
feel
in
like
future now, your wife in
I
future
feel
now, you should be the one spending on your wife. That is what I believe. Although that's my own side, people have different opinion, but then it doesn't mean that the wife shouldn't come to both. Yeah.
yeah
So people
so
do it 50-50. Yeah. So, but
I believe
then yeah. Go ahead.
the, I believe it should be 50-50, but like I said, not a strict 50-50. So like
Okay.
ideally I would expect like or I feel like it's the man to spend on the wife most definitely or if
Yeah.
all the time. But as well I also feel like there can be times where as a wife you can just decide to treat your
Yeah.
husband,
Yes.
make him feel special and just things like that.
Yeah.
So
that's a good orientation for you. So to start with, so that's beautiful. It's not something that shouldn't be discussed. This thing, you've come of age as well. So and it's good that you're knowing these things, that you start knowing them. Now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good that you have something to say about it. So now the time that we applied for your visa for you, do you know? I know that this question is supposed to have come, at the forefront. So the time we applied for your visa for you, do you know how long it took? Did it really take long? That was four
For my
years
visa,
ago.
I paid for priority, so I think it took about
Okay, yes. Okay, yes.
8 days,
You
about
prayed
five
for
working days.
priority. So
Mm.
yeah, so it came out fast. So it was very, very fast. Okay. Now, if you have to fix, this should be our last question before the shout out. So, to your family. So, if you have to fix anything about Nigeria, so we are coming back to Nigeria again. If you have to fix anything about Nigeria, what would that be? Like now, if you're given any position, let's say, or you become the president of Nigeria now, or you become a governor of your state, the governor of your state, Ogun State, or whatever, or anything. If you are to fix Nigeria, if you have the opportunity to fix Nigeria, what would that be?
Uh, I mean, I don't feel like you have to be in a very, very leadership role for you to actually start making changes in Nigeria. But if I were to
Mhm.
um like take on any leadership role, it would definitely be maybe, and I know like this sounds very this thing, but it would be to be Minister of Aviation.
Okay.
So
So that is, in few years to come, guys, watch out. Minister of Aviation. Yeah,
so
it's possible. That is it. So once it's just for you to say it or have it there, and then it's achievable. There's nothing that's not achievable. You just work towards it. So
yeah,
now, and I believe that. So in the next few years, so you are much more than capable, and then your course is also, a very, very good position. Is put you in a very good position to aspire for that, and then to clinch that position. So now, what will you do in the aviation sector? I love where you are thinking, because I love the way you're thinking, because that's your line. So, and I love that. So, what will you do? Yeah. So, what will you do in the aviation sector?
firstly, I feel like it would have to do with maybe infrastructure. I feel like, I mean, like
Okay.
currently, or at least as of when last I was in Nigeria, the airports like seemed like better than what I remember it used to be. But I just feel like
Mm,
more can be done in terms of like technology infrastructure to
mm,
like we meet like the world class standards that we see. For example, when we travel, when we come to the UK, some of the things that we see, some of the things like that. Also like um promoting like local airlines as well in terms of like giving like them having like a better fleet, like more modern inclined or technology inclined like fleets of
mm,
planes and all of that. And then as well, one thing that still baffles me till date is the fact that Nigeria, as a very, very big country, the giant of Africa, does not have a flag
mm,
carrier. So like there's
mm.
no Nigeria, or there's no Nigeria Airways. If I want to travel somewhere, I have to use British Airways, I have to use Qatar, I have to
Yeah.
use Lufthansa, Emirates, but there's no one for Nigeria. So I mean recently I think Airpeace just started like trying to do some
Yeah.
international, but aside of that, if I was to be a minister of aviation, I think that that would be my main aim, to make
Your
sure that
major.
Nigeria has a flag carrier, and not just as a
Yeah.
flag carrier, a working, reliable, safe, like safe,
Yeah.
everything into place, modern
Yeah.
flag carrier. And just with that way, you're able to like connect more people in the world, like for to come, like for foreign people, like visitors to come to Nigeria as well for
Yeah.
tourism and just things like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You're thinking good about your country, and that will also bring in revenue generation as well, for Nigeria. So that's good. So beautiful. So we look forward to that, in the next few years down the line. Hopefully we have a very young and enterprising, very thoughtful, and very intelligent, young aviation minister coming in the nearby future. Thank you so much for being on this live. But then I want you to give a shout out to your family, your parents, your friends there in UK, and then across the globe.
That's I'll give a shout out to my family, my parents. They are the ones that make this possible. Also give a shout out to my younger sister, my friends. They've always supported me. They've always been there for me. So I'll I'll just give a shout out to them.
Momsy now, you've not called Momsy Akba.
No, I said my parents together
Okay,
now.
okay. Oh, okay. I thought you said your dad, so I was like, okay, but I was waiting to hear that part of okay. All right.
Precious
Okay,
now.
so yeah, yeah. And I've been in contact with your dad recently regarding your other stuff. So we'll talk about that one later. So thank you for being on this live. So
No
it's
problem.
very good to see you, Sam. Thank you so much for being on
Thank
this
you.
live. So from here, so you can say bye. We are signing out now. So bye from me, and then
Uh,
bye from
bye.
Sam. So bye bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye for now.
Bye.
Yeah.